Richard Fisher says that when you go beyond the trillions, there are numbers that are insane. Some of them are too big to fit into the mind, even within the known universe. Article continues below. What's the biggest number you can think of? When I was a child, we used to ask each other this question in the school playground. Someone would say something hopelessly naive like a billion, but would be ahead of a peer who knew about trillions, squillions, or quadrillions. It didn't matter if only one of these was real. Eventually, someone will remember that they know the winning answer, infinity, but the disgust was short-lived. Another kid with a math make noted that they could soon beat him with infinity plus 1. Trying to imagine and understand very large numbers is not just a playground game. This is a task that mathematicians have pondered for centuries. They suggested that there were numbers so large that no human had ever fully imagined them, let alone written them down. As for infinity, it turns out that there is more than one, and conversely, some infinities are bigger than others. Immensites. This article is part of the BBC's series on immensities of the future, through stories from the worlds of science, philosophy, psychology, and history. Our goal is to look at the world with fresh eyes, nature at its most magnificent, and the human world at its most fascinating. Let's start with an obvious point that my 10-year-old self lost. There is no particular number that you can describe as the largest. Because the natural numbers are infinite, you can't win on the playground. However, this does not mean that all great numbers were thought of, expressed, written, or even provided by computers. First, let's climb the ladder of numbers, which goes directly beyond the numbers used in everyday life. In news headlines, for example, the biggest figures for the national
debt are expressed in trillions. But there is a hierarchy of greater figures whose names are rarely mentioned. This is in quadrillions, quintillions, sextillions, etc. Starts with there are 15 zeros in a quadrillion US version, 18 in a quintillion, and 21 in a sextillion. Some numbers are so big
that it is impossible to imagine them in the mind. Credit Emmanuel Lafont. These numbers are huge. There are about 30 trillion cells in the human body. It takes 30 for people to get 1 quadrillion cells in a room. Quintillions really come into play. For example, if you want to talk about how many and we have reached the end of our video, friends. If you want other videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like and share. Thank you. Take care of yourself.